Hi, so I'm Dr Priya and I just wanted to talk to you about kind of the products that I will be sending you home with as part of your lid regime. So there are three things as kind of standard that will come home with you. And they're these three that are here. So we've got the Peep Wand, we've got the Zocular Foam and the Hyadual Intense. So the first product, and this is the order that I'd quite like you to use them, is the Peep Wand. So the Peep Wand is a handheld device. It kind of charges with your mobile phone charger. It does come with a cable. Now, it's got these little buttons at the front which control what happens at the head. Now, this is a treatment to heat those glands in your lids. So when you press this button, you'll see that it turns on and there's a temperature gauge on the front and the tip starts to vibrate. So ideally, if you can tolerate it, I want you to be using this at between 41 to 43 degrees. If 43 feels too hot, then just bring it down to 41. Now, how you use it is you close the eye and you press it just along the lower lid, and then you press it on the top lid. And I want you to do that repeatedly for 2.5 minutes per eye. So once you've done that, and that's with the heat and the vibration, there's also an LED light that comes up. Now, there are three colours on this wand. So you've got the red, which is for fine lines and wrinkles. So you can use that along where you've got your crow's feet. You've got the green light, and that helps with kind of puffiness and lymphatic drainage. And then you've got the yellow, which is supposed to be really good for pigmentation. So depending on what's going on with your periocular skin, you can treat yourself at home alongside the treatment that you're doing for your dry eye. So this would be after you've done your 2.5 minutes of treatment. So the next thing that I'd want you to do once you've used the Peep Wand for 2.5 minutes for each eye is then use the Zocular Foam. Now, that's this bottle here. I'd like you to use that for, well, twice a day really. So I'd like you to use it straight after the use of your Peep Wand, but also once in the morning as well. So when you open the product, it's got a little nozzle and you press it and some foam will come out. So I'd like you to put the foam on your index finger, then separate it, and then give your lashes a really good scrub and then rinse the product off. Now, this is really good at just keeping your lashes lovely and clean, but also for those patients that have got a Demodex infestation, this is the stuff that's really going to get rid of it. So twice a day, but once just after your Peep Wand. The last product is your lubricating drop. This is a Hyadual Intense. Now, you'll either be on this twice a day or 3 times a day. Now, when you open the cap, the drop itself kind of sits on the edge of the nozzle. So the way that you administer it is you kind of pull your eyelid down, and when you've got the drop kind of hovering on the tip of that nozzle, you can look in the mirror and do it and literally just scoop it onto the lower lid. If you feel that you can't do that, the other way to do it is once the drop is on the tip, kind of put it just here in the inner corner if your head is a bit like this, and then turn your head away from where you've administered the drop, and the drop will roll into your eye. So like I said, 2 to 3 times a day depending on what I tell you, and if you can continue the regime until I see you next time, then at least we know that we're kind of getting the lid regime at home up and running.